Have you ever felt like life's challenges are weaving a tapestry of emotions within you? Imagine this tapestry, rich with threads of joy, exhilaration, despair, and frustration. In our journey through life, these emotions stir our hearts and minds, leaving us vulnerable to resentment and anger towards life itself. Each thread represents a moment, a feeling, a chapter in our personal narrative. The vibrant hues of joy and exhilaration often catch our eye first, their brilliance lighting up the canvas of our lives with memories of laughter, love, and triumph. These moments, however fleeting, fuel our spirit and inspire hope. Yet, interwoven with these bright threads are darker strands of despair and frustration. These somber colors depict times of sorrow, loss, and unmet expectations. They are the nights spent in self-doubt, the days shadowed by obstacles, and the silent hours filled with unspoken fears. As these darker threads accumulate, they can overshadow the brilliance of happier moments, casting a pall over our perception of life. It is in these moments of imbalance, when the weight of frustration and despair feels overwhelming, that resentment begins to fester. We may find ourselves questioning the fairness of our journey, harboring anger towards the circumstances that have shaped our path. This emotional turbulence is a natural response to the unpredictability of life, where the highs and lows often seem disproportionate. However, within this complex tapestry lies the essence of our humanity. It is the interplay of these emotions, both light and dark, that crafts the depth and richness of our experiences. To fully appreciate the beauty of our tapestry, we must embrace each thread, recognizing that even the darker strands contribute to the strength and resilience of the whole. In doing so, we find the courage to navigate through life's challenges, transforming resentment and anger into understanding and growth. But here's the thing: anger isn't a permanent state. It's a natural response to the obstacles we face, much like waves crashing against the shore only to recede back into the vast ocean. Anger surges when we encounter frustration, injustice, or pain, but it doesn't have to define us. It's an emotional reaction, a signal that something is wrong and needs our attention. Just as waves can erode even the toughest cliffs, anger has the potential to wear us down if we let it. However, just as the ocean is ever-changing, our emotional state is dynamic and fluid. Anger comes and goes, reminding us of our humanity and vulnerability. We must learn to understand it, to let it flow through us without allowing it to consume us. By acknowledging anger as a transient visitor, we can use its energy constructively, turning it into a force for change and growth rather than destruction. In this way, we harness the power of our emotions, embracing their ebb and flow as part of the intricate dance of life. Today, join me on a quest for inner peace. Let's liberate ourselves from the grip of anger, learning to confront and overcome it. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let the whispers of your heart guide us towards acceptance, forgiveness, and gratitude. One crucial lesson is that expressing anger often stems from our own helplessness in challenging situations. When we feel cornered or powerless, anger becomes a knee-jerk reaction, a misguided attempt to reclaim control. Unfortunately, this outburst frequently targets those closest to us, those who matter most. We unload these turbulent emotions onto loved ones, mistakenly believing that venting will alleviate our distress. In reality, this approach seldom yields solutions. It only spreads the pain. Our loved ones, caught in the crossfire, bear the brunt of our emotional turmoil, which can erode trust and strain relationships. This misdirected anger, a manifestation of our vulnerability, creates a destructive cycle. Frustration begets anger, anger begets conflict, and conflict deepens our sense of helplessness. To break this cycle, it's imperative to recognize the underlying feelings of powerlessness and address them constructively. Open communication, empathy, and seeking support are far more effective strategies. By confronting our own vulnerabilities and finding healthier outlets for our emotions, we can build stronger, more resilient connections with those we cherish, transforming moments of anger into opportunities for growth and understanding. True happiness isn't found in external success or material wealth. It resides within us, rooted deeply in the peace of the soul and contentment with what we have. This inner peace is not something that can be bought or achieved through accolades or possessions. It is a state of being that comes from a profound acceptance of who we are and where we are in life. The true essence of happiness is found in the small, everyday moments: the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of a child's laughter, the comfort of a loved one's embrace. It is in the appreciation of these simple pleasures that we find genuine contentment. When we shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have, we begin to see the abundance in our lives. This gratitude opens our hearts, allowing us to experience a deeper, more fulfilling joy. Happiness, therefore, is not a destination but a journey, a continuous practice of appreciating the present and finding peace within ourselves. Happiness, an aspiration shared across cultures and beliefs, transcends mere faith or background, beckoning us towards self-cultivation and discipline. The journey begins with the mind, a delicate instrument that requires meticulous training to shed the burdens of worry, greed, and delusion. In the labyrinth of daily life, these negative forces often ensnare us, distorting our perception and sowing seeds of discontent. Yet, through conscious effort and unwavering resolve, we can rewire our thoughts, embracing a mindset of clarity and serenity. This transformation demands more than fleeting moments of introspection. It requires a steadfast commitment to mindfulness and inner growth. As we cultivate this mental discipline, we nurture a compassionate heart, one that radiates kindness and empathy towards ourselves and others. Compassion becomes our compass, guiding us through adversity and enriching our interactions with genuine warmth. In this harmonious state, happiness blossoms not as a distant dream but as a tangible reality, woven into the fabric of our daily existence. Imagine anger as a glass of water and your mind as a vast lake. A single handful of salt dropped into the glass renders it bitter, undrinkable, a small space overwhelmed by a minor intrusion. Yet, imagine that same handful of salt cast into the expansive waters of a lake. It dissolves, mingles, and disappears, leaving the lake's vastness unaffected, its waters still clear and life-sustaining. This analogy speaks volumes about the nature of our minds and hearts. A narrow, shallow mind, like the glass of water, easily succumbs to life's inevitable challenges, becoming embittered and overwhelmed by anger, stress, or adversity. However, an open, compassionate heart, akin to the Great Lake, possesses the depth and breadth to absorb and neutralize these disturbances. It remains resilient, serene, and capable of maintaining its clarity and purity despite the trials it encounters. In cultivating a mind like the lake, we foster a profound capacity for peace, understanding, and enduring strength amidst life's storms. When anger ignites within us, our instinct often drives us toward revenge. We envision that retaliating against those who wronged us will bring relief and justice. Yet, holding on to resentment only fans the flames, causing more suffering for ourselves and others. This cycle of anger and retribution traps us in a state of perpetual hurt. Instead of seeking to blame or punish, we must find ways to extinguish the fire within. Understanding the root of our anger is crucial. Through mindfulness and meditation, we can confront and release these intense emotions. Sharing our feelings with a trusted friend can also provide comfort and clarity, transforming our pain into a learning experience. Suppressing anger only intensifies it, making it a ticking time bomb that threatens our well-being. Embracing forgiveness and compassion on the other hand, allows us to heal. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the wrongdoing. It means letting go of the grip that anger has on our hearts. Compassion helps us see the humanity in others and ourselves, fostering a sense of peace. By choosing these paths, we can break free from the destructive cycle of anger and resentment, and instead cultivate a life of inner tranquility and emotional resilience. The Stoic philosophy, rooted in the teachings of ancient thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, offers profound wisdom for navigating the complexities of life. Central to Stoicism is the idea that while we cannot control external events, we possess full dominion over our own thoughts and reactions. This core tenet encourages a shift in focus from the uncontrollable to the controllable, fostering a mindset of acceptance and proactive agency. By embracing what lies within our control, our attitudes, choices, and responses, we cultivate resilience against life's inevitable adversities. This resilience is not mere endurance, but a profound inner strength that allows us to maintain equanimity and peace, even in the face of uncertainty and chaos. Stoicism teaches that external circumstances, no matter how turbulent, need not disturb our inner tranquility. Instead, by practicing mindful acceptance and rational response, we can navigate life's challenges with grace, turning potential sources of distress into opportunities for personal growth and wisdom. Through this disciplined approach to our inner world, Stoic philosophy provides a timeless guide to living a life of serenity, purpose, and resilience, offering solace and direction in an ever-changing world. Remember, anger blinds us to the humanity in others. It magnifies flaws and overlooks virtues. In the throes of anger, our perception becomes clouded, warping reality and breeding misunderstanding. Like the wealthy man who mistook his mother-in-law for an intruder, our reactions in moments of anger can be disproportionate and irrational, leading to actions we may later regret. This anecdote serves as a poignant reminder of how easily we can be led astray by unchecked emotions. When anger takes hold, it transforms those around us into caricatures of their worst traits, stripping away the layers of complexity and goodness that define them. We become fixated on perceived slights and transgressions, losing sight of the shared humanity that binds us. Anger narrows our vision, making us quick to judge and slow to understand, perpetuating a cycle of conflict and alienation. To truly see and appreciate the humanity in others, we must learn to temper our anger with empathy and understanding, recognizing that our perceptions are often as flawed as the emotions that shape them. Mindfulness is key to navigating the turbulent waters of our emotions, especially anger. By cultivating a mindful approach, we develop the ability to observe our anger as it arises without immediately reacting. This practice enables us to distinguish between the object of our anger, the external situation or person, and the emotion itself. When we pause and reflect, rather than impulsively reacting, we create a space for choice and response. This deliberate pause allows us to reclaim control, ensuring that anger does not dictate our actions or thoughts. Instead of being swept away by the intensity of our emotions, we can view them with a sense of detachment, recognizing that anger, like all emotions, is transient. By observing anger mindfully, we can understand its root causes and address them more effectively. This not only helps in managing our anger, but also in fostering a deeper sense of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. In essence, mindfulness empowers us to navigate our emotions with greater clarity and calm, transforming potentially destructive anger into a source of insight and growth. In moments of conflict, Nelson Mandela's wisdom serves as a guiding light. Rather than succumbing to anger and bitterness, Mandela exemplified the transformative power of understanding and forgiveness. His approach was not merely pragmatic, but deeply philosophical, recognizing that the path to lasting peace often begins with reconciling differences rather than perpetuating them. Mandela's ability to turn adversaries into allies for positive change underscored his belief in the human capacity for growth and reconciliation. Ultimately, our attitudes towards unpleasant emotions, anger, resentment, frustration, play a crucial role in shaping our inner peace. Whether we confront these emotions head-on, bury them deep within, or navigate them with wisdom and understanding, our choices determine not only our personal serenity, but also our ability to contribute positively to the world around us. Mandela's legacy reminds us that by embracing empathy and forgiveness, we can pave the way for healing and transformation, both individually and collectively. Just as the Buddha exemplified by refusing to internalize insults, we too can embrace mindfulness and compassion to liberate ourselves from negativity's grip. Mindfulness encourages us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing us to recognize negativity as transient and not defining of our true selves. Cultivating compassion involves responding to negativity with kindness, understanding that hurtful words and actions often stem from others' suffering or ignorance. By consciously choosing not to internalize negativity, we disrupt the cycle of anger and resentment within ourselves. Instead, we foster inner peace and resilience, transforming encounters with negativity into opportunities for growth and compassion. This practice not only enhances our well-being, but also contributes positively to our interactions, promoting harmony and understanding in our relationships and communities. So, as we navigate life's tapestry of emotions, let's strive not to conquer others, but to conquer the storm of anger within ourselves. Let love and peace replace resentment and anger, enriching our lives and those around us. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, embrace mindfulness, cultivate compassion, and live with inner peace.